A warm welcome to all. In previous lecture series we have discussed about the corrosion protection techniques, and in this lecture series we are going to see about the strengthening techniques of RC structures. In traditional method it improves the appearance only and the structure does not regain the strength and the corrosion is not arrested. But in modern methods the structure regains the strength, the deterioration is arrested and the crack is closed. This image represents the strengthening techniques. The first image represents the flexural strengthening, and the second represents the shear strengthening, and the third represents the punching shear, and the fourth represents the external post tensioning. The of the structural capacity can be improved by the following techniques. In case of beam, for a flexural distress, the increasing of the depth can be adopted, increasing the width and overlaying bonding metal plates can be used. If there is any distress due to direct shear is noticed in beams, the following clamps can be used. First is C-clamp, U-clamp, flats, bonding of steel plates can be used. Distress due to torsional shear in beams can be prevented or strengthened by steel bonding plates and ferrocement jacketing. For axial compression distress in concrete, jacketing all around can be provided, or increasing the dimension in one side, or the increased dimension can be provided in all three sides. In masonry structures, the strengthening can be carried out by caging with steel plates, jacketing with concrete, or lining or jacketing with ferrocement. These structures can be strengthened by increasing or retrofitting the structural load capacity of the concrete structures. The following is the images which represents the strengthening techniques. This image represents the various applications of fiber reinforced polymers in beam, column and slabs. In beams, the flexural strength is taken care, and in columns the tension is distributed, and in slabs the uniform load is distributed. The following are the advantages and disadvantages of FRP. The FRP has advantages in no corrosion, and it is available in rolls, and it can be molded into any shape. It has high ultimate strength, it has high Young's modulus, and it has very good fatigue properties, and it is low in weight, and it has endless tapes available, therefore there is no joint. So the disadvantages of fiber reinforced polymer is it has erratic plastic behavior, and it has less ductility, and it is uneven, it is used in small quantity. The structural strengthening using FRP is it increases the axial load carrying capacity, and it is used for earthquake retrofitting, and it has flexural capacity enhancement, and it can prevent the shear strengthening, and it impact and blast upgrades. It is used for external post tensioning. FRP laminates has high strength to weight ratio, it is less in thickness, it has chemical resistance and corrosion resistance, and it has high durability, and it is available in any shape or length. The strengthening or upgrading of the capacity of original structure can be regained by some strengthening techniques. So it may be active or passive depending upon the purpose served. So strengthening can be attempted by the following process: replacing, attaching and redistribution. Replacing in the sense replacing the poor quality material by better quality material, attaching an additional member or a reinforcement to the material, and redistribution is distributing the load to the newly added member. An example for active and passive strengthening is shown in the figure. The first image represents the passive strengthening, in which an additional steel plate is added at the bottom of the existing beam member, so which carries the load acting on the member, and it distributes evenly towards the beam. The second image represents the active strengthening, in which a pre-tension steel rod is inserted inside the existing beam member, so which carries and redistributes the load evenly to the existing beam member. The first strengthening technique of RC structure is composite construction. This composite construction is carried out in order to increase the stiffness and load carrying capacity of the RC structures. So this is executed by adding some steel rods or steel stirrups that is fastened inside the concrete structures. So these steel stirrups carry out the additional load that is acting in the member. Next strengthening technique is external and internal grouting. These external and internal grouting is carried out in order to fill the voids or cracks that is existing in the structure. So these can be attained by using some epoxy resins that are injected inside the cracks to fill those cracks, which may be active or passive, so which is arrested by using this resin. Next strengthening technique is post tensioning. This post tensioning is carried out in order to reduce the steel stress that is acting in the structure. So these can be reduced by using some steel wires or steel tendons that is post tension and is placed at a required position in the beam or column. So these can eliminate the additional load that is acting in the structure, and that distributes the load evenly to the existing or the related column. Next strengthening technique is enlargement. Enlargement is the process of increasing the size of the existing beam or column. So the existing beam or column size can be increased in width or depth wise. So this is carried out by adding some additional reinforcement to the existing structure, which carries the load evenly, and the load carrying capacity of the member can be increased. FRP repair technique is the next technique that is followed in strengthening of RC structure. So this technique is carried out by adding a fiber reinforced polymer mesh to the existing reinforcement or existing beam or column. So this can carry the additional load that is acting in the structure. Now we are going to see various strengthening techniques in detail. First is column jacketing. Column jacketing is done to improve the load carrying capacity of the column. This is carried out by the following process. First is open the footing by excavating the soil around it. Remove the plaster from the face of the column. Make sure that the column concrete is rough and it is sandblasted. Remove the corroded bars by cutting them. Add new bars for existing footing in order to improve its size. So next is apply a bonding agent in between the old and new concrete in order to provide proper bond. So erect necessary shuttering in order to support the column. Next is pour minimum 25 grade of concrete and vibrate and cure it. So I have shown an example for column jacketing in this image. So this represents the strengthening of the column by external jacketing. The next strengthening technique is beam jacketing. Before taking up the strengthening of the beam, the load acting on it should be reduced by removing the floor tiles and the bed mortar from the slab, and prop should be erected in order to support this slab. After clipping off the plasters on the beam, additional longitudinal bars and the stirrups should be gathered together from the slab and the column. So this is carried out by inserting a hole in the slab and column, and this is further filled with epoxy grout in order to provide a good bond. The surface of the old concrete is cleaned by air jetting. Expanded wire mesh is fixed on the sides and bottom of the beam. To ensure a good bond between the old and the new polymer concrete, an epoxy coat is applied, which is 3 to 2 times coated in order to ensure a good desired thickness. So the polymer concrete is now applied on the surface of the beam in order to cure in an air cure method. Epoxy resin is grouted inside the concrete in order to fill the cracks along the beam. Now we have came to the end of this session. I hope you all have understood about various strengthening techniques which involves epoxy bonded steel plates, fiber reinforced polymers, its application, advantages and disadvantages, and we have seen about the lining and jacketing using ferro cement, and we have gone through about the various strengthening techniques like external post tensioning and pre-tensioning. In the upcoming lecture series, we are going to see about the demolition techniques in concrete. Thank you.